properly. Right. December 4th, I think they call this that foot place, but it's NHS Foundation Trust, Patient Contact Centre, and I need a home visit. We're now March. How many months is that? Right. Since I said I need a home visit, and let me have a quick look at it. Online referral, ACKL CPOD. Appointment was made for me to go to in my area, UK. I can't travel down there. This is about my foot, and I've been injured more since. Linked up services. I can't read this. Right. Thursday, 6th of December 2019, 2050, sorry, 2 PM in the afternoon. Christina put on a computer system. I need a home visit. Because what I'm about to show you. And I hope you're over 18 and you're not eating. I rang this number 18 weeks, over 8 weeks today. So, we're now March, so that's December, January, February, March, 3 months. There's still 3 months to wait. So can I go private? November 6th, a referral said they'll contact me. They got the correct mobile number. If your foot condition deteriorates, which it has, becomes red, hot, swollen, or got rash, which it has, my nails. I'm not diabetic, okay? So basically, I should be offered an appointment. Right, but I haven't. So, unable to self-care, unable to walk, and I've still not got a care assessment. Then I'll get a drink, Karen. Excuse me. I can't do this. I've got something in my mouth and I need to get help. Ah. I have to do this semi-dark. So. I got refused offer. I'm just trying to find the letter. I'm refused. Right, let's have a look. I can't read me in writing, so bear with me. I've been trying to get access information at all referrals. And it's everything to do with what I need in the United Kingdom. So the lack of full disclosure on what I need is still going on. Anyway, I've injured myself yesterday. Ugh. Right, the computer they use is, and go back this way. Patient Contact Centre. I require home visit for who heads the department of the high foot service, wrist foot service, whatever it's called, and the points I sought to clarify the individual on the phone couldn't offer because they're just a contact centre, call centre. So NHS England, conjunction with whoever keeps confusing disabled people in UK, they keep merging every bloody thing, so you don't even know where to land anymore. You offer services. So yeah, if you've got illness, disabilities, don't expect to get anywhere. They're just dragging everything out. So if you have limited mobility, you're not able to have care, you're on a back burner, so to speak. So I found that one out. Now let me see how I correct with the drawing. I went online with referral. Just see what she put down. I've got to find out. Right, so if you get poor circulation, so I'm not going to show my foot just yet. I've got all this bloody phone to my head in today. Right, so this, I'm going to show all this complicated online documentation. Oh, it's just a bloody nightmare, this is. Everything's gone digital. So do we fit in the box? No. People with complex medical history, and this is what their terminology is in statute law, conditions are directly affected by the foot. Now, when I'm about to show my foot, I hope you're not eating. I don't know why it's gone the way it is, but I tell you, I wish I had a new body. I have to laugh because that's all you can do sometimes. And then, unfortunately, where they're in their system, civil servants, public servants will treat the individuals in my situation complex. I love the word complex because it's like a financial issue to them. Oh, we haven't got funding. You're on a waiting list for 6 months. You could be dead in bloody 6 months, was their concern. I'm exaggerating, by the way. And then here we go. And then I'm just looking at these wordings I've highlighted. My mate's trying to balance this for me. Oh yeah, and here we go. Another one they have here, and this online. It was an online referral my mate did. When did you do it? All right, here we go. What the date? In their documentation and application. Monday the 10th of the 9th, 2018. We're now March the 6th, 2018. Let me just calculate that quickly. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. At 6 months, I'm due to be offered a service. I was informed it'd be 6 months today, so no doubt they won't get back to me by letter. And let me see what they done. What this is, how the cutbacks of services are, and I'm going to show you how they're online, how everything's all digitised, and how people can't get the NHS services they need, whether you pay for it or not, whether you meet their tick box. It's always tick boxes, isn't it, these days? So, the diagnosis you need. I haven't been diagnosed. I mean, I just, bloody words is just, I mean, I couldn't believe how many pages it was at the time. Vulnerable or having particular needs, vulnerable people who will continue to receive an assessment from the local NHS provider. That means a contract service. Anyone confirmed with diagnosis, how do they confirm? Diagnosis of something to do with tissue, disease in your body. Well, if you learn about natural health, you'll be able to, at the moment, tea tree oil and other natural health. There's key areas they use in their computerized system, the tick box exercises. Oh yeah, here we go, highlighted this one. People with history unable to or incapable of looking after themselves or their health, which is me because I'm physically unwell, or well-being is identified by, oh this is a joke, still waiting a year on without a response. This is what the United Kingdom's come to. There isn't no such thing anymore of health, social care petitioners in their jobs because they've got their cases are too high. The offer contract basically. So hold on, I'm dropping the paperwork, bear with me. Okay, so here we go. Initially these services were based in medical practices, okay, which I used to be received years ago. Now everything's changed. So these are all this NHS. You just look it up on their websites and see how complicated it gets. And they've subcontract out all these other services to private NHS, private profit-making companies. So there's no such thing as NHS anymore in the UK. It's all private contracts. So everything I need to be offered, and it will be conditionally accepted under S, means you're on the back burner because your needs are higher. So I'm just trying to show how I've tried to highlight this before, and what they call it is a contact centre. I mean, do you get fed up with this? Press 1, press 2, press 3, press what button, and you still don't get through to anyone. So that's why we found an email. And then they don't respond to the email. So in this area, it's northants.pcc@nhs.net. That is NHS England. And then you got NHS Digital. It's all linked with data sharing, which I've already limited. So point being is, showing off my foot now. Don't be too excited. Right. Oh, I hope you're not eating. My nail, I don't know why. I think this is my good foot. Apart from when I've injured my bone on my ankle. Anyway, my mates they can do my left side of my foot, cut the nails, fine. But this one needs to be professionally done because you see how my toes go under. And I don't know if it's because I'm wheelchair dependent full time. Now, we'll see if we can get this light on the subject. Right. So, I banged the bloody bone, bruising all over my bloody ankle. Oh my goodness me, I banged it on this metal bit of this wheelchair because I've injured my right neck and my right shoulder. There's some idiot out there opposite me. It's got a mat outside his bloody door on the floor. I think it's got 2 blokes living there. And I caught the back wheel of my wheelchair and I had whiplash. So I've been on bed all bloody day yesterday. First time I've been up today. And I bloody injured my ankle. Oh God. So I thought I'd go on the subject of feet. So I can move the toes, but putting tea tree natural thing on your toes. And I can't have a foot bath because my mobility issues, and they do try, my friends, but they are struggling, right? Because my weakness in my right side, and this is my only good side, my body that's meant to work. But let's give a comparison with my left foot, shall we? Those toenails are fine, and this is the part of the body I can't move, right? So they all look fine, and the nails are fine and healthy. And it's odd why it's happening to this side of my body. So when I've had the strokes and I've had ill health, it's affected my left side. So why is my toenails gone this way? Now, the only logical thing I can think about why my foot's gone this way and my nails are gone this way, because my fingernails are fine. I'm very particular in my hygiene, so it's just that foot that's gone a bit odd. So yeah, so I don't know if it's because of the wet room is not repaired and the mould is up in the air and it's making me ill. I don't know. So when I got my mate referring me online for all these people to look at my foot, I don't have diabetes. I'm not overweight and I eat healthily best I can. So why? Anybody's got a solution, because I've been researching this for a while now. Why my toenails? That one, piggy in the middle. Oh, I have to joke about this because all you can do sometimes. 1, 2, 3. The one in the middle is, see, they're slightly swollen. It's growing that way. It's the shape of it. And I wear these slippers. They're really nice, proper mobility type slippers and mobility shoes when I'm out, but I don't always go out. So yeah, I was going to get rid of the smartphone actually today, but I've been ill. So luckily, my late mum taught me about lavender gel. And if you don't know about lavender, I banged my bone on my ankle. So I didn't want the ambulance out, you know what they're like. Around here, luckily, the lavender stopped the bruising and it's just banged, the metal has banged the bone. So so I've been elevated that all day. Well, up until now, I've been elevated. Strict orders, elevation. And then they redone tea tree with cotton wool buds on a stick and bathed my toes. But then they just checked my paperwork and said, hold on, you're due offer of, I can't even pronounce the word, it's too long. A foot individual who's trying to deal with foot, and the thing is, on that side down there, can you see that redness? There's like on the skin, unless I'm being burnt alive by something. Anyway, I can't get that far, so there's rash of red just around the ankle, nowhere else on the base of the foot. And my skin, my legs and everything is all, I use coconut butter. I'm always very hygienic that way. So, and baby wipes. So I'm hygienic. So why has my toes gone the way it's gone? And why have I got this rash? And the only thing I could think of, and I ended up having a serious emergency, since in September 2017, my health deteriorated on this side. And during the past year, my care needs assessment, I've been saying about I need a linked up services, what you could be offered, blah, 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 public servants in a job remit role. So I could look at all of my health, yeah, physical health, housing, everything combined, right? So my mate found this lawyer. I won't get a response, you know, like a human rights lawyer. They use statutory law, but at the moment I'm so damn ill. I was meant to do paperwork today. If it weren't for bloody banging this ankle on a metal bar, I'll be doing this paperwork. So when I get an injury, an accident, it takes it out on me. So I can't do nothing about it until you know the right side is always my right side at the moment, but when I'm weak in my body, I have an accident. And that's what happened again yesterday. And the last time I had an accident was last November, and they wanted me to go to hospital. Then the ambulance people, you don't get NHS England funded medical practice individual to you anymore. I mean, a phone call doesn't assess your feet, does it? They can't see your feet on a phone. And all this new technology, could do a Skype call. Well, they can. They can look at pictures. You can send pictures of your feet or your injuries, but you won't get a personal physical examination unless you end up in hospital. That's costing the public more. So that's why, it's important to learn about natural remedies, herbs, natural self-care, and unfortunately, despite all the specialist nails, they went and got them and tried and soaked my foot to try and cut the nails, and I can't lift the foot nail up, but at the back of it, it's so brittle and so deformed, the nails, not the foot, the nails. It's absolutely, you see that one's got a bit strange colour, the dark bit at the bottom, and the bottom nail came off. So there is something in my blood, unless there's lack of circulation. But I used to do natural remedy years ago before I ended up in a wheelchair, so I know how to. My mates do the old circulation massage with the with the creams. I got this special cream the other day, and it really helps my neck at the moment. I'm on these special tablets. Oh, they really stop the pain. I tell you, really great. So anyway, I'm just coming here. Strange stream, I know. I can't seem to fit everything in recording unless I'm on the laptop, but the laptop's too heavy for me today because I've got a weak side. I can't hold anything. This hand, I got strength. I can't lift my arm up. So my mate's trying to hold the phone. So sorry, it's a bit wonky camera today. And I will look into try and get setting up my new channel with who I am, what I used to be known by, but I got an injury today, so I haven't been. It set me back a couple of days doing that, so I have to be at the end of the week, and I hope to goodness I can be stable by then. So my mate's been doing some paperwork shredding. I've got 2 boxes I found underneath some stuff that needs to be shredded, and yeah, I'm still in that scenario. And there's a subject of feet. So anyone that sees this and got some tips of natural health, of what could cause this. I've not been diagnosed with diabetes. I'm not overweight. And I don't walk, not self-caring. So could it be some kind of medication could cause this? But if it was, it would affect my other nails. And as I said, I've got really good nails on my hands. And the only side effect, downside things I have is my dental illness. And that's, I think it's all to do with the way I'm left to live like. So let me, if I can get nearby, I don't know what they've done with the hoist. And this is my medical equipment. I like to move safely. This is where I'm left to live like. So I don't know all that rotted flooring or the black mould is coming up in the air and it's affecting me and my body and my cells. This is my hoist. My mate's got a towel out ready to wash me in buckets. I have to be washed out of buckets in my bedroom because I can't use that since July 2017. Yeah, so apart from the size of this, I can't afford to put special lino flooring down, laminated flooring for my medical equipment, because it's all special wheels and you have to make sure the hair is out the wheels. All this equipment can be serviced. So yeah, I want to shout out to those public servants that might watch this in my area. Why are you delaying getting back to me for 3 months? Yeah? The care needs assessment, you breached my human rights, by the way, again. I got an email the other day saying the care advocate's falling out because you ain't contacted her either. So what's going on across the road? It's a public building, by the way, where social worker works and different departments. Anyway, that's just me for today. And by the way, thumbs up to my former Russian friend who fixed my hallway and done some DIY and painting. The biggest problem I have in this place is lack of storage. So yeah, I'm looking. I can't move forward. I can't move back. I'm stuck. I can't do anything really because And let certain others do their bloody job and offer the full disclosure that what I need, and I found out what should be happening, it's not been happening in areas of situation I'm going through, like many, I'm sure. So today's been one of them days where I haven't been able to do what I was going to do. And I'm just one of many, basically, going through a lot. So when you have an environment that doesn't meet your needs, and you have physical illness happens, and you have an accident, again, unfortunately, you know, you bang yourself against a bloody wheelchair, like, and that just triggers off the nerves in the body, so you have to rest. It's nothing, everything just have to wait, you know. Individuals offer requirements of me, we just have to wait, because my health comes first. So I'm about to have some lovely natural yogurt to help the body, with natural chopped up bananas with some flax seeds, that's very healthy to help the body. So I do, you know, try to eat healthy. So the downside of this situation, where any offer to visit to my private dwelling by a healthcare professional on their job role, public sector services, whatever subject, means they will see this environment and they will say, oh my God, you'd have to live like this. Duh. And then they will say, oh, we need to do an adult, what's it called? An adult safeguard referral. And I will say, there's no point. I'm already in the system. And I will show the document letter. And then they won't be able to do anything about it because they know who I'm already in contact with. So this is the reality of the United Kingdom. You know, when you have high care needs and it's costly to the public purse, you're last on the list to be offered anything. If it's straightforward and you only have one carer needs, you don't have all this equipment, you don't have all this high care needs or illness, then you might just get something out of the system. So if that was the case, I wouldn't be in the United Kingdom right now. I'd be on a plane, sunning it up on a beach somewhere. Reality check. I'm not quite like that right now, unfortunately. But I still keep smiling. And I still keep persevering. Because them blinking individuals in the managing director roles of these corporations just want us to give up. I'm going to bide my time carefully, because I will damn well get my compensation that I deserve and I'm owed lawfully. But that has to wait at the moment. And so, yeah, so in this like odd toenails, weird, you can now see in this light that weird colour. I've got to be careful because if that nail comes off, it affects the top of the nail. And so when I research food to help the body to heal, natural intake, and then the natural tea tree is natural anti-antiseptic, antibacterial, I think, type tea tree oil, and magnesium flakes for foot baths. And if you can have a bath, that's great. And then learning about foods. So I can't afford one of these nice long runner rugs to replace the one I got here. My mates hoovered. Do you know what gets me? They hoover and clean up my flat. Within 2 days it gets all dusty again. I think it's because the way the design of these block of flats, I'm lower ground, street level, and the dust comes in this way. Then if there's a window open in my bedroom or the lounge, it comes the opposite way. And it's more dust. And I was saying to my friends yesterday, where's all the bloody dust keeps coming from? Because they've only just cleaned up Sunday, and where are we now? We're Wednesday. So how come all this dust can accumulate again within a matter of bloody 2-3 days? Anyway, if you're going through a lot, God bless, be with you, keep safe. I'd got some good news. I've got a family, my niece is actually engaged. That's lovely, isn't it? So, hi Mum, she's up in the spirit world, my mum now. She'll be proud of my niece. She's a lovely lady and she's got a good partner, Adam. I don't like his choice of jobs he wants to do, mind you, but that's up to them. They're a young couple and she's just so intelligent. And I admire her and I admire my sister, even though we don't always get on. I am trying to build bridges. It's hard work for me and it must be hard work. But I will keep going. And for those who are going through like yourself, who are struggling, you know, what they saying, Rome was not built in a day. It's true. So there's no disrespect to any civil servants out there. You know, you can't whistleblow, you know what's going on behind the scenes, you know managing directors and their purse strings and what's going on in the bigger picture of things. And for all those individuals, I don't know, who might see this, you can't judge a book by the cover. So when I go public in my former birth given name, you'll see what happened to me, my story. You'll see how I end up in a wheelchair and what I never ever got any justice for. And still for things and trauma-wise, why I've been diagnosed with the things I've got, because I've never received any support the way I need it. And I will not still. So that's why I've learned a lot from good people I've got to know. I'm going to shout out to Rebecca in America. She is so switched on intellectually, consciously, and I've got to know people through her over a period of years. If I hadn't, I wouldn't know about meditation. I'm not perfect. I've made my mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. I can't change the clock. And I do forgive those that are still targeting me and transgressions against me and put me on a bloody list to be monitored 24 hours a day. Do you know how they do that? Look at neuroscience, neurotechnology, nanoparticles and weather engineering. Look at those subjects and research if you want to know more. Because we're all just trying to survive and just get on, and we can't get on with everybody. We're always going to have different opinions. You just be honourable. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. And sometimes you can't always, that always doesn't work. And I can't just engage with strangers in my own, you see. It's really, really, I struggle with all that. So I'm working on it. It just takes time. But in the meantime, I'm going to stick to the natural remedies. And do you know what? You've got to have a laugh sometimes. Later today, my late mum's slow cooker is going to be trying to be seen at work still. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm reluctant to use things I'm not used to. I can't do anything like that myself. So I've asked my private life friends to see if they want to try and use it. And I've got no storage space though. I really wish locally to me, what used to be known, the old system of doing things, they don't provide things to assist individuals now. So even if I got referral to age concern, and don't say it, I'm not that old just yet, unless you meet certain remit, they won't offer help you, and especially in this environment. So anyway, I've got to rest. God bless, keep safe. Day in the life for me, eh? NHS, what services, eh? It's a sell-off anyway, and it's worth knowing about things without relying on the mainstream statutory services the best you're able to, but I'm limited in my personal situation what I can and cannot do. So we'll just keep persevering one thing at a time. At least I'm still breathing and still trying to cope. God bless. Please be with you. I mean, God be with you. Whatever your belief systems are. I will get there. And it won't be ideal because I'd need a lot more assessments. I know that. And I just don't care about. I do care about losing my secure tender, but I really have to think about my future and health and safety. And at the end of the day, spiritually wise, I know I need to be somewhere else. But not in their system where they want me to be. It needs to be where I can have some kind of like-minded people in my situation. Like my mum used to say, have you had your operation yet on your teeth? It was her way of hinting at me. So, one thing at a time, good rest, take care. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be, I hope to goodness, be a bit more stable in my health, and I can get on, crack on to do them documents. One of them specifically, but I won't go into that right now. But it's not great being left living like this, is it, eh? Do you know the reason why they won't repair my wet room? Their water seal at the back there was never high enough when I first got rented this place. And they know that. And when they lifted up the flooring originally, all the water rotted all these floorboards. So I found out if I had the cash, I don't know how to set up a GoFundMe page. Hello, anybody out there knows how to help me? To raise funds to hire a company to come in and just do this work on the floor so I can have a shower. I've not had a shower. I'm not stinky. Sounds silly, doesn't it? I'm not stinky. No, seriously, I've not been able to have a decent shower at all since July 2017, since all this started. That's why the actual, I've got nowhere else to go. I offered to move out temporary around the corner. It's got a hotel with a wet room, accessible room and stuff like that. This housing company individuals refused funding. They could have repaired this floor by then. It's all about getting me out of here. So I've got to look at about my well-being, health and safety, like their buzzwords they use, and see what options are available. I know what options are. It's just United Kingdom statutory services for people with situations like they don't like to pay out for funding. But what else are you meant to do? We'll find a remedy. It's just going to take longer. God bless. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on around the world.